Today's video is brought to you by Squarespace. Hello there, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing well. So I recently went to Daiso, the very, very popular Japanese value retailer. I've been to a Daiso before, back in 2019, I believe it was. They have a handful over in California where they're incredibly, incredibly popular. But recently one opened up sort of near me. I mean, it was quite a long trip, but it's sort of close by. And when I realized it was a thing, I was like, I need to go back there. It was so good. Daiso reminds me of kind of like the equivalent of a Dollar Tree here in the USA. It's basically where you can get cool Japanese products for a really, really good price. And I'm the kind of person who would love to go to Japan. Like, I would really, really love to go there for the culture, the Disney. I mean, obviously, I really would love to go. It's just such a long trip. And I am not the best traveler in the world. Like, going to the UK back to the USA is like my limit. But if I didn't have such travel anxiety, I would be in Japan all the time. Well, not all the time, but I would go, but maybe I'll brave it one day. Maybe we'll see. So for now, the closest I'm gonna get to Japan is Daiso. And I thought it would be really cool to see if they had any like art supplies at Daiso. And obviously there are so many good Japanese art products like Copics, for example, Tombow, Pentel, Holbein, all Japanese art supplies that are fantastic, very popular and very, very pricey. However, I thought it would be really fun to go to Daiso to see what value art supplies they would have. And whether these are sold in Japan or not, I really don't know. So if you have more familiarity with Daiso than I do, or just Japan in general, let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so we found the sort of art stuff. We have some brush pens, we have erasers, pen caps, pencils, pencil cases, pencil sharpeners. There's a ton of stuff here. An easel stand. This is cool. I don't know if it's supposed to be for pictures, but you can actually use it. Interesting. This one is $3.25. They also have a bunch of letters down here that are paintable. It's actually really hard to film in here because they have loud music blaring that I will definitely get copyright striked for. So, ball for sign. I love that. Styrofoam things, cylinder blocks. This is the only acrylic paint they have and it's glittery, so it's not really gonna work too well. Okay, they also have an aisle here with some yarn, and this is actually really reasonable. I'm not gonna get any, but this yarn looks like it's $1.75, and this yarn right here is $3.25, which I think is really decent. I'm really impressed. They have all these crochet hooks, and these are all at like $1.75. They even have little molds. How cute are they? Oh my gosh, they're like little macaroons, crackers, strawberries. Oh my gosh, that is so adorable. They also have a lot of paper craft stuff, so if you like things like that, they have a ton of that in here. This has to be the most Japanese thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Lace chair socks. That is so freaking cute. I thought these were baby socks and I nearly picked them up, and I've just realized they're for chairs. They actually had a really big selection of art and craft supplies there. I was very, very surprised. They didn't really have any paint. They mostly just had like a watercolor set, which was really nice. They had a good amount of paint brushes, and generally everything in there ranges from $1.75 to $12. So everything is very, very reasonably priced. They have so much stuff in there, from housewares to things like slippers, cleaners, food, craft supplies, baby stuff. They have a huge amount of merchandise there, and it was pretty busy when I went. I know when I went in 2019, it was very popular then and very busy, and this location that I went to was no different. They had so much Disney stuff there, so much licensed Disney. It was really cool. They definitely love their stationery. Now, when I found the Crafty Art section, I was not disappointed. There was definitely a lot of stuff there that I could do things with. The only issue I had really was there wasn't the paper. Like, they had paper, but it was all kind of like craft paper. It wasn't paper you could make art on, so that I'm gonna have to supplement with myself. But I didn't recognize any of the brands, obviously, because this is all very affordable. You're not going to find Copics in Daiso, but they did have some Pilot pens as well, which are those like friction erasable pens, which was pretty cool. And this is what I came out with. So the first thing I found was this cool little wooden box, which I just wanted for my own personal, like, maybe I'll put something cute in there, or like build like a little mouse house or something. I don't know, I just thought it was really cute. It was very cheap, and I don't know, it's a wooden box. I have a bag inside a bag for some reason. Okay. So next up, I also found this coloring book, which I just thought was really fun. I don't know if I'm going to end up using it today or not because I'm not too sure if I can use watercolor on paper like this, but this one was really beautiful. It had a ton of like Japanese scenery in it. Just a really cool like adult coloring book. It says easy coloring for the adults. It also says scenery that makes you want to travel. And while I would agree with that, nothing could make me want to travel like 18 hours on a plane to go see it. So I'm just gonna look at it in pictures. Apparently it also makes you smarter, according to this illustration here. It's very cute. Made in Japan for Daiso. Next up, oh, I forgot I got this. How freaking cute is this? Look at this little guy. This is a little character with scissors. This one's also made in China, huh? I'm gonna open this one up because I figured this was a great way for me to just not lose a pair of scissors. How cute, right? Look at this. I mean, why don't we have cool stuff like that here? Cute. So cute. I'm obsessed. This is just gonna look so cute on the side. I'm always gonna know where my scissors are because I'm always gonna want to put his ears back. I'm actually gonna put a pair of scissors back for the first time in my life. Okay, next up, we got a little rainbow scratch art. Mickey and Friends. This was just like $1.75, but it's like a little scratch art kit that was Disney themed. And you have a bunch of little characters on the back too. It actually says for 15 and up, which I feel like it's more aimed at kids, but it says 15 and up, so there we go. Apparently I have bear scissors on the mind because I also bought this. Another $1.75 little bargain where take the scissors out, there's a little scissors and it has a magnet on the back so you can put it on the fridge. And I feel like that's just like the smartest idea ever. So you want a little pair of scissors, they're on the fridge where you'd expect them to be. And then I took my mum with me because it was a long journey. I didn't want to go alone. My husband was working and she found these and I'm super excited about it because they had little felt kits. How freaking cute is that? A little teddy bear felt kit. So I'm definitely gonna be doing this today. This kit is just the felt. So I also bought the needle felting needle, which I have done this before one time. I kept stabbing myself in the hand. Not a pleasant experience, but it's really fun to do and it just looks really cute. I did also buy a needle felting starter set. This was also, I think, just like $1.75. So you just have like the piece of styrofoam, then you have like a little needle here as well. Oh, I also got this little guy. Look at him. How cute. Little elephant, little wool felt elephant. He is precious too. Oh, I forgot. I also bought some washi tape because they had washi tape there for, again, like $1.75. They're wrapped up. Very cute and Disney themed too, which I'm hoping they're good. If they're good, it was worth the like 3-hour journey I took to go find them. And they are 5 meters in length. And these were, again, $1.75, which I feel like is a really good price for not just a Japanese product, but a Disney product too. So there they are. A cute little washi tape, which will be perfect for a watercolor, which I did find. This was like the only paint that they had, but hopefully it's good. This was a 12-piece set of watercolors. I don't know how good these are gonna be specifically because they're not even branded to be Daiso, I've just realized. But these are the watercolors that I purchased. I also went a little ham on the paintbrushes and pencils and pens and whatever else I bought here. Okay, so I got this, a Coke pen. I don't really know what that means. I may or may not use it. Who knows? It was $1.75. I also found this because I love using mechanical pencils whenever I do anything. And this was by Platinum Japan. So I was pretty impressed by that. This was, again, $1.75. And it's a nice, just mechanical pencil that'll be great for whatever we're going to be doing today. They also had another Platinum marker, which is like a fine liner, and this looked really good. Again, $1.75, a Platinum marker. Got another Coke pen for some reason. I honestly don't even remember picking these up, to be honest with you. But there's that one. It's the same pen I showed you just now, but purple on the outside. Then I got a Pilot erasable friction fine liner, which looks like this. I found this one, and this reminds me so much of my favorite pen of all time. This one isn't branded. It does just say Daiso quick dry brush pen extra fine. Again, made in Japan. And if it's the same, I don't know. The nib honestly looks very much the same. So does like the outside of the pen, but we'll see. If it's kind of the same as the one I got, I'll be really annoyed I didn't pick up more of these. And lastly, I of course bought some paintbrushes because they did have paintbrushes there. These obviously are not going to be the best paintbrushes in the world for sure, but they were, again, $1.75. We can use them for what we need them for today. And so that was everything that I purchased at Daiso. I figured I could maybe make some artwork with the watercolors and the paintbrushes and maybe the pens. And also I figured that I could do one of these little wool felt kits as well, just to kind of give it a go. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you've ever visited a Daiso before, or if you know of any similar stores you'd like to see me try next, because I'd love to try art supplies from a ton of different countries. But yeah, that's it for now. So let's get started. Okay, I've decided I'm going to do this teddy bear one because it's just so cute. And I'm hoping there's directions inside, but if not, I mean, it's not really a big deal because I can see on the picture exactly what it's supposed to look like. But I've only done this like one time before, so I don't know how this is going to go. Okay. There's no directions, so wish me luck. I don't really know how I'm supposed to do this because there's nothing for his eyeballs. There's no black felt. This one's the same though. They didn't give you black felt. That's so strange. We might just have to use like paint markers or something because I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. I don't know. I'm going to go into this not knowing what the heck I'm doing, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and try. These are different colors. I don't know why, because he's supposed to be the same color, I think. Whatever. This kit gets a solid 1 out of 5 from me because the colors don't match. We don't have everything we need and there's no directions. So this is not the best, but we're gonna do our best with it. I feel like I could have just brushed my dog and had this on the ground. It's the same color as him. Tumbleweed or hairball, maybe? I feel like I'm just stabbing a bad wig at the moment. Just stabbed myself. Okay, I'm gonna try and put the head on the body now. I have to like attach it. Oh, it's so cute and fuzzy. Just looks like the back of my head after I have brushed my hair as well. Okay, there's that. Oh, 10 out of 10, do not recommend poking yourself in the finger with this. Oh, that's a great start. I've just broken my needle. Okay, the bear is like completely flat, but he's coming together. He's not as neat as theirs, but he's more fuzzy, which isn't always a bad thing. I'm gonna give him a little muzzle now though. Trouble is I was getting on better with this little needle and I've broken it. This one was doing better than this double one was. Okay, he's mostly done now. I just got to work on his legs and then figure out what I'm going to do with his eyeballs because he does look kind of cute. I mean, he looks nothing like that, but I almost prefer him because he's more fuzzy, to be honest. Okay, here is my bear. I actually think he looks pretty cute. He's clearly not perfect and he's still a little fuzzy because I feel like I needed a single pokey stick. This was doing a much better job of like getting all the felt in there. But I think overall he looks pretty cute. I'm just not sure what to do about his nose and his eyes. I'm actually just gonna use paint, to be honest, and hope that I don't mess it up. Like a dot on his nose. Okay, then we're gonna get his eyeball. Huh, that actually worked. I mean, it looks pretty legit, I think. Today's video is kindly sponsored by Squarespace. Now, something a lot of people probably don't know is I turn down a lot of sponsored deals on my channel. I once turned down a deal that would have paid my bills for an entire year, so you know if I ever promote something to you, it's because I actually genuinely use it, which is why I work with Squarespace, because it's just such a part of my career online. Squarespace is an amazing website building platform, but there's so much more to it. I've used it in the past for portfolios, newsletter signups, selling products, and essentially just an online resume for brands and people to see. I currently use it as a shop to sell my products, and there are so many cool features about Squarespace. The ability to have an online store on Squarespace is one of my favorite features they have, and make it beautifully designed to showcase your brand. Online payments are super simple, super easy. They give you options for inventory, shipping, and fulfillment, and I've used several platforms for online sales for different reasons over the years. Another great feature is the SEO tools. So if you choose to start your own website, SEO tools on Squarespace help your website get discovered fast. All websites are optimized with meta descriptions, so your website basically has a much better chance of showing in search engines for customers. So if you want to try out Squarespace for yourself, go to squarespace.com/CHLOEROSEART for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use offer code CHLOEROSEART. So there we have it. our little felt teddy bear from our $1.75 wool felt kit that didn't have any instructions. Honestly, if you know what to do, you know how to needle felt in the first place, and you already have a ton of different colors. I mean, you probably wouldn't even need to buy this kit in the first place, to be fair, would you? But if you did and you had a lot of experience with it, I feel like getting a basic kit like this would be good. If you are a beginner though, this kit would be very difficult to use, especially because you probably wouldn't have bought like the separate needle point stuff. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with that. I just wish it came with the black felt because I feel like it would have looked better with the black felt, but honestly, I think the paint just works for now, and I think he's pretty cute. Okay, so now I'm gonna try out these watercolors. I'm gonna start off firstly by just swatching them, and I don't have the highest hopes for these, I'm gonna be honest with you, but you never know, we might be pleasantly surprised. Let's see. Okay, I will admit I don't use watercolors all that much as it is, so even if these aren't too bad, don't expect a whole lot from me because I just don't really use them. Let's go ahead and I guess we'll just swatch everything firstly, and then we'll use it to actually make a watercolor painting. These are the weirdest watercolor tubes I've ever seen. I feel like these are very impractical. Like, how are you supposed to get it all out of the bottom here once it's starting to get empty? I feel like it would just waste very easy. I don't know, it's just like, you're not gonna get it out by squeezing it. Need a little pipe cleaner or something. I do wish the Daiso had a few more paints in there, but it's okay. And then we're gonna try and open up these. Let me in. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Oh yeah, nice and sticky. Let's start with the red. I'm actually pleasantly surprised that these are way more pigmented than I was expecting them to be. Oh, that looks yellow, not brown. That's a really gross color. Okay, green is a little bit translucent. They're decently pigmented. They're just quite, how do I nicely put this? They're quite muddy and like, oh, that one's actually very nice. That one just, that sticks out like a sore thumb. That is a nice blue. Wow. Okay, so that's my favorite one so far. So the blues are actually impressive. I was expecting the blues to be the worst because often blues don't always have the best pigment, but you look at these and you're like, and like meh. These, decent. Like, I'm actually surprised. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do a little sketch, and we're going to use our watercolors and our pens. We could use the watercolors in this book, but my concern is it's not really made for watercolors. But that being said, it's blank on the other side, so it probably won't matter if it kind of seeps through a little bit. So maybe we'll do that then, because their picture kind of looks a bit like they've used watercolors, right? It kind of looks like watercolors. So I want to do that one because this one is beautiful. I'm going to start with the sky. Also, if you are a watercolor artist, you're probably cringing at how I'm applying this paint. I just literally, my biggest artist flaw is I use watercolors like they're acrylics. So I never use watercolors to their full potential because honestly, I need to learn how you do that, and I haven't had the chance to, but I definitely need to. I've just realized it's got perforated edges. Cool. I actually feel like these watercolors aren't acting much like watercolor, but maybe I'm just not using them correctly. They're just very muddy. Ew, it's so muddy. Why are you so muddy? So I'm just filling in a bunch of blank spots at the moment with this. And then when it's dry, I'm gonna go in with the marker and like define the little flowery areas because it's way too hard trying to just like go inside the lines like they have with watercolor. Honestly think I could get the same effect from the $1 Crayola watercolor set, if I'm being perfectly honest, because these colors are so dull, but I cannot critique them for literally under $2. So okay, cool. So the flower area is basically done. I'm gonna let that dry before I start actually defining it with the pens. I'm gonna go ahead and do this flower field now. My worry is it's not gonna be overly vibrant because, I don't know, I wanna make this like very yellow and cornfieldy looking, but I'm not really sure how it's gonna work out. I have a big juicy watercolor brush here that I got as well from there. Oh, look at that. Look at the tip of that. I don't really know how I'm supposed to do much detail with the claw, but the brush itself is working nicely. I just want to like take some scissors and just go snip, but I also don't want to ruin the brush anymore, so I'll leave it as is for now. I thought I would maybe use this platinum pen. I'm gonna try just sort of doing some little doodles here, just to add a little bit of texture there. This is a nice pen. This is like my favorite Tombow pen. Pen seems to be waterproof too. Like, I'm going over it with the watercolor and it's not bleeding. So even better, this platinum pen, awesome. Okay, so this is how it looks finished. This was just a very quick way to test out the colors. Obviously, it's not exactly a masterpiece or my best work, but it was just a quick way to see how all the colors work together, how they blend. I quite like the purplish colors that I made from the blue and the red, but honestly, these are some of the muddiest colors I've ever used. Terrible watercolors, to be quite honest. But I mean, it was literally like, what, $1.75, so I can't critique that. Love these pens I got from Daiso by Platinum. So good. Waterproof, which is wild for the price. Let me know if you get these watercolors yourself. I feel like, you know, they're cheap and cheerful if you want to practice with. This little coloring book though was so fun. I can't wait to do more with like actual colored pencils because I feel like the designs are really beautiful. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves and I will see you in the next video.